Not all flights are the same. Today we are on the inaugural flight of Air Canada's A220-300. This is the first -300 to be in service in North America, so stick around, this is going to be a good flight. Recently, Air Canada revealed their very first Airbus A220-300 in Montreal, Canada. Make sure to check out my video on that if you haven't watched it yet. Today's inaugural flight is taking off from Montreal and headed to Calgary. While the lone A220 gets serviced and awaits its first guest on this historic flight, passengers are greeted with refreshments, and there's a lot of buzz and excitement going on, which is unusual for the time of day because it's only 7 a.m. Time to board. As luck would have it, this is even more special for me as I'm actually the very first passenger to get on this plane. This is something to share with the grandkids one day. Today I'm sitting in business class in seat 2A or 2 Alpha. The window is a little bit frosty, but that's going to be cured with a little bit of de-icing later. Business class is a 2 and 2 layout with 12 seats. Economy consists of 125 seats with a 3 and 2 configuration. Air Canada decided to make the seat width of all economy seats 19 inches wide, which is the widest in the fleet. Overhead bin space is very generous, with the right side bins large enough to fit carry-on cases even vertically. The left side bins are a little bit smaller than the right. Before takeoff, bottled water and earphones are handed out. There are coat hooks on each seat, and the flight attendant will hang your coat in the closet if you choose. Time to get familiarized with the space. Business class seats have a 37-inch seat pitch, a width of 21 inches, and a recline of 6 inches. There is a fold-down footrest, and there is also an option to raise your legs. The footrest is not available for row 1, which is the bulkhead, by the way. In the center, there is a small pop-out shelf. It's a little on the smaller side and fits only one drink. For underseat storage, I found the seat bottoms to be lower, so my larger camera bag would not fit, whereas it will fit under the seats of an A320. There is also additional storage in the middle armrest area, which is also where you'll find an electrical outlet, a headphone port, and a USB. During pre-flight, menu cards are handed out, and since this is an early morning, it's the breakfast menu. Since I already know that I'm going for some unhealthy choices later, I decided to balance it out and go for the healthy option.
We're honored to have you on board the latest addition to our fleet, showcasing Canadian engineering and offering you, our customers, more room and comfort for your journey.
One thing I've really noticed is the PA system. It's so much louder, or maybe it's just so much clearer than any others that I've ever heard. You know, sometimes it just sounds like mumbling and you can't really hear it over the noise of the engines or anything. This is not the case. I think this is even better for a safety aspect.
Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for making Air Canada part of your travel plans today.
Our time to destination will be just under 5 hours, but first we need to de-ice. Some ice melting orange juice, and now we're ready to push those throttles up and let this baby fly. This A220 is powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney's geared turbofan engines that are not only 20% more efficient, but also 50% quieter, and that's what I really care about. Even on takeoff, it's considerably quieter than other jetliners in its class. After takeoff, in-cabin service starts with a hot towel followed by meal service. I absolutely love this table mechanism. You just lift up the armrest, it's very intuitive, pull up the lever and up it comes. No crazy springs, no surprises. You lift, you fold, and you slide. Going back in, it's the same. No fingers get pinched, no slamming. It's the way it should be. Time for breakfast. The healthy option consists of a large bowl of fresh fruit, cheese and crackers, yogurt, oatmeal, and your choice of bread. For my bevy, I chose a tomato juice. My seatmate chose the pancakes, which comes with chicken sausage and a cran apple compote and maple butter. It also comes with a smaller plate of fruit and yogurt. Not only are passengers excited about this new plane, so are the employees.
I get to fly most of our aircraft that we have in our fleet. So whether I'm on the Embraer or different Airbuses, Dreamliner, 777, this I find is such a great aircraft just because you got a mix of both your narrow body aircraft and our wide body. For instance, we have our mood lighting that we don't have on our narrow body aircrafts. Their screens, first of all. Screens are much bigger. They're 10-inch in economy. Business class, wonderful, and it's comfortable, right? So it's a beautiful plane to fly.
Have a good one.
After the meal, it's time to check out the latest Panasonic in-flight entertainment system with a big 13-inch screen. The system is fairly quick, especially when compared to the other systems like the Airbus A320. There are over 1,000 hours of movies, music, and TV shows. Check this out. There's a section for box sets where you have a whole season of a show you can watch. Now that will kill a lot of time. Pictures and graphics are extremely crisp and will do some of those blockbuster flicks that you love justice. If staying connected is a necessity, the A220 is equipped with satellite Wi-Fi for a fee. Different plans are available. Below the screen, you'll find another headphone jack, another USB, as well as a USB-C port. You'll have no issue charging all of your devices with this many ports. I also love the fact that you have actual buttons for frequently used functions, including a dedicated map button. In the map function, there are various views available to view. There are 3 washrooms on board. There are 2 in the rear and are side by side, and given their size, they feel quite spacious. Then there's one up front which is larger. The faucet has a push button, and I really like the large handle and locking hardware on all the washrooms. You really don't feel cramped like you feel in some other airplanes. For those that like gazing out of the windows, you'll like the fact that the A220's windows are 50% bigger than that of the Airbus 320 and more than 25% larger than the Boeing 737's windows. The aisleways are noticeably wider on the A220, making it easier to pass people when you're walking by. In business class, the service also continues with a beverage and snack service. You have a choice of alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks, hot or cold. A beer, wine, dark chocolate, and chips are on my palate today. Now you see why I opted for that healthy option breakfast. Closer to landing, I really liked the proactive approach asking about further connections and thought that the folded jacket was a really nice touch. All in all, the flight and service were excellent, and before we knew it, it was wheels down in Calgary. So what do I think of the A220? Well, for narrow-body aircraft, I think this is a game changer, and I'll take this over any other narrow-body for sure. This is the only one at this time, but Air Canada has 45 more of these A220s on order, so I'm sure you'll be seeing or flying in one of these at an airport near you really soon. That's it. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button, and as well, hit that bell notification, and make sure to watch more everyday reviews. Thank you and safe travels.